Hey YouTube fam, what's up? It's Patrick. Welcome to a hip opening and activation practice. For today's session, as usual, all you need is yourself and your practice space. I have a blanket here to elevate the seat for a few positions. You can add that too if you want, but again, not a requirement at all. When you're ready, come into a cross-legged seat, have the right shin in front of the left, and let's go ahead and fold on down here. Melt yourself in. Let this be grounding. Maybe close your eyes, take a few breaths. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been here before but you're returning, the channel is officially back in full swing. So before you leave today's session, if you could subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. Join the crew. And if you enjoyed the session, like the video, let me know how it went for you in the comments. Always cool to hear from each and every one of you. Let yourself settle in here just a bit more. Allow your body to lean forward, even round forward. Feel your points of contact with the floor. And then go ahead and inhale, lift up. And just switch. Switch it up. Left shin in front of right. Bounce the hips a few times if you'd like to. And then go ahead and fold on down. Let your body drop in. Really try to lean into it here. Shift your weight forward. Breathe through your side bodies. Maybe you scan your physical system to try to identify where there's some tension, where you can feel that stretch sensation. Or of course, give yourself the opportunity to lean into less. This is the beginning of the practice. Doesn't have to be intense, just has to be yours. Go ahead and inhale, rise up. Uncross the legs. Shake them out a few times if you'd like to. And then step the feet as wide as the mat. You can have the hands back behind you here to keep the spine long. And then we'll just windshield wiper the legs. So the knees drop left, and then lift up, and the knees drop right. You can go faster or slower than me here. Doesn't really matter. Just try to link the breath in some capacity with the movement. So your breath is becoming very expansive, very open-ended, and you're really feeling this simple shift and wave from spot to spot and space to space. Let the inhales lift your chest. Let the exhales drop your knees. Balance yourself out here. And then find center. Keep your feet wide. So we've done a little bit of warm up, a little bit of opening of space, and this is where the activation comes into play. This is going to cook a bit. Have some fun with it. Keep your legs this bent. Try to lift your lower back as much as possible so you're creating a really long spine. And then pull your left heel in towards your butt as much as you can. Of course, the knee is bent. And then lift your left foot off the ground. Hold there for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Left foot lands, slides out. Chest lifts again. Pull your right heel back. Float the right foot up. Feel the lift off. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot down. Let it slide out slightly. Pull your left heel in. Lift your left foot up. Try to keep a long spine. Hold 5, 4, 3. Lift your left knee towards your left shoulder more. 2, on 1. Left foot lands. Let it slide out. Pull your right heel in close. Lift your right foot up again. Try to keep your spine long. That is the key here. Hopefully you feel that closing angle. Let your right foot land down. Let it slide long. You're halfway there. Stick with me on this. Pull your left foot back underneath you. Lift your left foot up. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Left foot lands. Left foot slides out. Pull the right foot back underneath you. Lift the right foot, right knee up towards right shoulder. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot lands. Right foot slides out. Pull left heel back underneath you. Again, longest possible spine. Lift your left foot up. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left foot lands, slides out. Pull right foot back underneath you. Lift right foot up. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot lands. Let both feet slide out. Lift your chest up and allow your body to lean middle a bit. So you're using some subtle sways here, getting into some of this deeper space. I hope it feels really good. Obviously, there's some intensity there, but now maybe you can round a bit deeper. Maybe you feel a more unique stretch sensation through the hamstrings. Hold here for just 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, lift your body up. Cross the ankles, come onto hands and knees. As you push the palms into the floor, circle shoulders over the wrists a few times. And again, if you did set up the blanket, it's a nice thing to use here underneath the knees. Also just kind of changes the angle of the operation. Feel your ability to move and weave here. Try to let these spaces you're exploring be organic. Be available and accessible to you. And then, of course, find a few cat-cows. Always good to start with a bit of freedom and then lean into the structure. Let the inhales pull your chest forward and let the exhales round you in. As you finish there, tuck the toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. As you find your down dog here, pedal out the feet, bend elbows and knees, shake shoulders and hips. Again, a lot of that similar organic movement. Feel length through the arms, a good lift through the hips, and a nice activity through your fingertips. And then from here, inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky. On your exhale, right foot steps to outside of right hand. Left knee drops, pull your chest forward. Then left foot steps to the outside of the left hand. Sit your hips low, active squat. Hands to floor, left foot steps to back of mat. Left knee drops, pull chest forward. Right foot steps back to meet left. Left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot to outside of left hand. So we're coming into flow. Drop right knee down, pull chest forward. Right foot steps outside of right hand. Sit hips low. Reach hands forward, active squat. Hands to floor. Right foot steps back. Right knee drops, chest lifts. Left foot steps back, meets right. Inhale, roll forwards into your plank pose. From the plank pose, your version of a vinyasa. Build strength, build heat, build movement. As you make it back, no pause, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot to outside of right hand. Left knee drops, pull your chest up and forward. Left foot steps to outside of left hand. Reach hands forward, active squat. Hands to floor, left foot steps back. Left knee drops, lift chest up. Right foot steps back to meet left. Inhale, your left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot to outside of left hand. Right knee drops. Inhale, pull your chest forward. Right foot steps to outside of right hand. Sit your hips low, reach your hands out in front of you, active squat. Hands to floor, right foot steps to back of mat. Right knee lowers, inhale, pulls your chest forward. Palms push down, left foot steps back to meet right. Inhale, cruise out into your plank pose. Exhale, move through your vinyasa. As you make it back into your downward facing dog, strong hands, strong legs. Inhale, lift your right leg up to sky. On your exhale, right foot steps to outside of right hand. This time, roll to the outer edge of both feet. Reach your right hand up to the sky. Feel equal pressure in your left hand and both feet. And then drop your left hip down towards the floor. Reach your right hand back in space. Drive your hips up. Reach your right arm up and overhead. Sit your hips down. Right hand reaches back. Right arm reaches up. Hip sit down. Right arm reaches up. Hip sit down. Right arm reaches up. Hips follow, of course. Hold here. Breathe into your right shoulder. Feel your left hip scooping underneath you. Exhale, right hand to floor. Step your left foot to the outside of the left hand. Sit your hips low. Active squat. Exhale, hands to the floor. Left foot steps to back of mat. Left knee drops. And then push your hips back in space. This time, fold to the inside of the right leg. Let your heart reach forward. Let your chest melt down. Lean into it here. Bend your right knee, palms plant. Step on back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot to outside of left hand. Let it land and then roll to the outer edge of both feet. Scooping and reaching yourself open, lift your left arm up to the sky. Feel planted in the right hand. And then drop your right hip down. Reach your left arm overhead, lift your hips up, feel the length. Drop your right hip down. Reach your left arm up, feel the length, feel the lift. Drop your right hip down. Reach your left arm up, feel the length, feel the lift. Drop your right hip down. Reach your left arm up, feel the length, feel the lift. One more time here, drop your right hip down. Reach your left arm up, feel the length and the lift. Open. Really getting into your left hip, your left side body. And then bring your left hand to the floor. Step your right foot to the outside of the right hand. Sit your hips low, active squat. Feel your power and your strength here. Hands to floor. Step your right foot back in space. Drop the right knee down. Inhale, pull your chest forward. Feel the lift of your heart. Exhale, push your hips back in space. You fold to the inside of your left leg. Active in the left foot as you reach your skull forwards. Let your body melt down. Bend your left knee. Palms plant flat to the floor. Step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, wave your body forward into plank pose. On your exhale, take a vinyasa. And as you make it back into your downward facing dog, strong arms, strong legs. Inhale, your right leg lifts. Reach it up this time. Bend your right knee. Squeeze your right heel towards your butt. Let your right hip roll open. Feel the activity in your right leg. Breathe into bigger space. Feel your fingertips rooted into the floor. And then swing your right shin forward. Upright pigeon pose. Let your body nestle down into the position. Find an upright space. Maybe you want to be buoyant, bouncing just a little bit here to open up. To let your body soften into the position to help your mind trust the physical request. And let your body lean out. Breathe from tip of tailbone to top of skull. You can fold all the way to the floor if you'd like. About 3 more breaths here, maybe 4 or 5, just depending on how long you choose to breathe for. See what shows up for you. Wherever you are here, bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Plant into the right hand, tall spine. Drop your right hip down. Swing your left leg over and around. Lift it up. And then find Janu Shirshasana. Right foot's inside of left leg. Fold over your shin. Reach your skull forward. Lean out. Inhale, rise up. Find low boat pose. Engage your core. Bring your hands behind your head. And then bring your right knee towards your left elbow. Touch and switch. And switch and switch. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll do 20, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Open up, low boat pose. Lift your heart. Engage your core. Feel the work in your hips. Then pull your knees all the way up in. Maybe you find that shaking action here. Maybe you really try to press your chest up towards the knees. If you are doing this on the elevated blanket, it is more challenging. So just embrace that. And then cross the ankles. Roll forward. Place your hands to the floor. Step on back. Downward facing dog. Feel the new connection in your front body. As you inhale, lift your left leg up to the sky. Bend your left knee, peel your hip open. Really try to stay Steady in the shoulders is a way to put it. Stagnant in the shoulders. Essentially, let the movement come from your hip, your left hamstring, your left heel, your spine. Do your best to find that. And then swing the left shin forward. Find your upright pigeon pose. At first, of course, you can melt down to the floor whenever you are ready. Be in the space that feels good, that feels available to you. Have a nice bit of a bounce at first, especially if you're someone that's a bit more rigid, right? Just naturally. Whether your body carries tension, whether you feel a little bit unflexible, maybe whether you're just not strong in some of these spaces. If it's new to you, there's going to be this moment of familiarity you have to find. And some of these shapes, no matter how often we practice them, some of these poses, no matter how often we practice them, our body can take some time getting used to them. That's okay. Remember that. Remember that. Consider other things in your life that you take some warming up to. Whether that's a specific person, a specific part of your job, cleaning your house, doing the dishes. There's so many things, by all means, feel free to fold whenever you're ready, that once we start the process, we're like, okay, it's good, I can be involved in it. But sometimes before then, it's like, oh, that thing, that activity. Involving myself in that way. And then once you get there, you're like, oh, it's okay. Right? Practice is very similar. Some places, no matter what, super easy, no matter the difficulty level. Other places, quite challenging, no matter the difficulty level. Challenge is always personal. Rise on up, plant your left hand, drop your left hip down and swing your right leg up and around. Reach your right foot up toward your face. Feel that closing angle. Try to lengthen your spine. Let this be a lot of work in your right hip. And then set the right leg down. Bring the left foot to the inside of the right leg and fold over the shin. Let your body lean out. Inhale, rise up. Low boat pose. Open your body. We have some of those little bicycle crunching actions again here. Hands behind the skull. We'll go left knee to right elbow first this time. Find that connection. And then switch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Reach both legs long. Find your low boat pose. Lift your chest up just a little bit more. Pull your knees all the way in. Feel your core engage. Feel your hips engage. Your legs are on and active here. And then cross the ankles. Roll forward. Hands to the floor. Step on back. Downward facing dog. To bring us back into the hands, inhale, wave into your plank pose. Exhale, move through vinyasa. Two rounds, awakening yoga, sun salutation A. Push into palms, look forward, lift heels, bend knees. Exhale, step or spring feet to the outsides of hands. Inhale, active squat. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sit down. Inhale, hands to floor, elbows bent. Exhale, vinyasa. As you find dog, no pause, push into palms. Lift heels, bend knees. Step or spring feet to the outsides of your hands. Active squat, rise up. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sit. Inhale, hands to floor, elbows bent. Exhale, vinyasa. and downward facing dog. Last active posture of the practice. Push into palms, lift heels, bend knees. Steppers bring feet to the insides of the hands this time. Find the thumbs. As you get there, inhale, halfway lift, longest spine, bend the knees if you need to. And then sit your hips low, chair pose. Building the balance, building the foundation. Reach your arms up to the sky. Elevate through your fingers. Really try to sit your hips low, push your knees forward. And then rise onto toes. Sit to heels. Rise to the chair pose on the toes. Sit to heels. We'll do this 5 more times. Trust yourself. Lower and lift. Lower. Really try to get the big toe mound planted. And lift. Lower. And lift. Lower. And lift. Lower. And lift. Reach your hands forward so you can lean your shoulders back. Push your knees out. Really feel the strength in your legs here. Drop your heels to floor. Reach your hands back in space. Your skull goes out in front of you. Hold here. Feel this closing angle around your hips. Again, it'll be natural to have the rib cage try to rest on top of the legs. Think about taking the rib cage out past the knees in some capacity. Maybe you feel like a ski jumper here. That's kind of an awkward reference for me because I have no context to it. I've obviously never ski jumped before, but that shape, that like leaning out, holding this moment, feel your hips coming alive in this closing angle, in this closing space. And then rise onto the toes one last time. Lift out of there. Reach your arms up. Get long through your fingers. Sit down to the heels. Crow pose. Lean into it. Grip. If you want more of a challenge here, maybe the knees float middle. We'll meet in passive squat for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Go ahead and set your feet down. Sit your hips low, and hopefully this passive squat feels way more comfortable. Big available breath here, long through the spine. Plant your right hand out to the right side. Inhale, twist and reach. Your left arm up. Bring your left hand down to the floor in front of the left foot. Inhale, twist and reach. Your right arm up. Breathing into the right shoulder. Opening your body. Notice where you can create some rotation, where you can find some movement. Always have the heels lifted if you need to. Blanket under maybe. Right arm to inside. Pivot your toes in or heels out. Straighten your legs and fold. From here, bring your shins to the floor. Toes untucked. Go ahead and fold back. Your reclined hero's pose. Whatever capacity that shows up for you. Again, it could be subtle. It could be huge. Just take your time. Lean into it. Drop down and in. Wherever you go here, whatever depth, try to find 4 to 5 big breaths. And if it's ever too much or you're ever just done, Shavasana or your resting position is a perfect space to go. Be here. Try to find space for softness, Space for release, space for subtlety. Always know you can stay there for as long as you like. Sometimes when the body feels perfectly ready for that position, it is such a wonderful place to rest. Other times, maybe you're carrying some tension in the ankles, knees, or hips, and it can be a lot. So give yourself the space to acknowledge either position, either place you find yourself in today, because this is your practice, this is your journey. So enjoy your process. Be immersed in it. Lean into your deep relaxation, your space of ease. I hope this practice helped you feel better moving through the hips, created some space, created some freedom. Hopefully it helps you navigate your day with a lot more smooth and positive energy. As always, I look forward to sharing space with you on the channel again very soon. Have an amazing rest of your day, and let me know how this went for you. Like the video, leave a comment. Look forward to practicing again. Peace.